to you from the middle of Kane's country. You're listening to the #1 rated football podcast in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, la.
These are the Orange Bowl Boys. Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the over 2 million customers that are backed by Morse with the Price Protection Promise. Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome to the Coach Cristobal era, chapter 34.
34 de Mario. It's me, Mario. 34. The stream. It's happening.
Yeah, baby.
34 the stream. It's like IP Daily.
Stream of consciousness.
Yes.
I got a bone to pick with IP later.
We are this is we've gotten back. So those of you that have been listening to this pod for a long time, like a long time at this stage, because you'll remember back in the day, like years ago, we, for about, I don't know, like 6 to 9 months, we would stream the recordings of the podcast. And then technology stuff happened and we were unable to do it any longer. And so we're back. Streaming live at obblegend.com.
Do it live. Do it live.
I miss doing that. I'm going to have to do that at least once a week now.
Bro, I can't tell you how happy, because now I don't have to do all this shit in post.
I know.
Look, you just shaved like 5 hours off my Thursday nights.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Oh, so excited. So much more Call of Duty I can play this evening.
I'm happy for you. Now
more
no.
time.
Now I don't feel bad when I'm asking for promos and clips and everything else.
Right. And I would make you feel bad sometimes.
Yeah. but they were worth it.
They were. So yeah. So those of you that were curious, the live stream will be found at the same place every single week. Also the recap shows that'll be happening during the season, and that is obblegend.com/live stream. And that is where you'll be able to see us in all of our glory. So how you boys doing?
Doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I just love this setup. It's like sensory overload, though, because I got to look at this screen and I'm over here looking at this chat.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm in delayed, so I'm watching myself play with like a University of Miami Hurricane helmet, which I did like 30 seconds ago. So I'm like trying to get this spatial like dementia like to go away. But here we are. Excited. Excited.
We've also, since we're streaming this live, we have an active YouTube chat going on, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that as well. So this is just going to be an absolute, there's a lot of stuff. Both my screens are taken up, and there's a lot of us everywhere, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the three of us all over the goddamn place right now. Jesus.
Maybe not ideal.
All right. So I'm thinking we should probably get on down to Green Tree before we get our guest in here. We're going to be talking to Mr. Malik Rosier, everybody.
You got his email address, by the way.
Right? Boy.
Yeah, I sent him the link. Let's hope that shit works.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So we'll be talking to him in just a few. But let's get on down to Green Tree and talk about the fact that pads are on.
Let's go!
So yeah, baby, fall camp is open. As we know, we talked about it last episode, the fact that it was opening, but now it's really open because pads went on, and folks going to start doing some hitting. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Malik's going to be on, but we've got stuff from the legend. Ro, you did the offensive starters predictions, the defensive starters. You've been breaking down every single position room. So where do you guys want to start?
Well, let's go to the offensive side of the ball. I mean, honestly, in terms of too deep, you know who's going to be the quarterback, right? You know who's going to be the quarterback. Tyler Van Dyke's QB1.
Yeah.
Then you got Garcia, QB2, the consummate pillow that everything is just so much better sleeping at night when you know that guy could be a starter one on so many other schools. You know, that would be a fun article. Jake Garcia could start for fill in the blank, because there's a lot of schools that he can fill in the blank for, right? Running back, I honestly think Jalen Knighton's still going to be your consummate starter. You know, and it's tough because I still got Henry Parrish and Don Chaney Jr. because he's now healthy. And I think people forget Don Chaney, and I think Scoop's going to parlay into a conversation about this. He had that uncanny knack to always go forward. He always got yards going forward. And in a game of inches, I'm telling you, like offensive coordinators, Josh Gaddis, Mario Cristobal, they're going to applaud somebody like Don Chaney Jr. if healthy.
I'd like to just jump in because I was looking at some video from the first few days of camp, and listen. I love the Rooster. I love Cheney. Welcome to the family parish. But we knew this was going on in the back of our mind. We there's a guy that's going to show up that might be a bit of a beast, bro. He looks every bit of being a beast, and I'm talking about Citizen. He is bigger than all of them. He looks like a man against boys, right? When they're all standing next to each other. Like, I think he's going to see serious time. I think he's going to get serious run as a freshman. I don't think they're going to be able to keep him off the field.
I think you're nuts.
You don't think he's going to get really?
I think you're crazy, bro.
All right.
You've got the Rooster.
Yep.
You've got Parrish, who Kevin Smith obviously incredibly familiar with, right?
Yep.
From Ole Miss. You have Cheney, who, when all the dust settles, and if he can stay healthy, he is the best running back on the roster. It's not questionable.
But that's a lot of ifs, bro, and it's been 2 years. So I'm just saying. Saying.
That's fine. He's still the best running back, and Rose said it perfectly. He falls for it, but he's got everything about his running style is everything they want.
But I see Citizen,
and you also have Thad Franklin, who's pushing.
Yes,
240.
he is absolutely.
That room is absolutely loaded.
It is, but I see Citizen as good as those guys.
Unless Citizen is a savant,
okay,
when it comes to learning this playbook and understanding the blocking schemes, there's no chance he gets a lot of burn.
All right.
0.
All right. Well, we will look at this at the end of the season. But I just, man, and I think I'm going to go down to camp tomorrow. But, man, I'm just, the stuff that I'm seeing, he just looks like he's a freak.
There's a reason why Citizen should probably get a little burn. Because that transfer portal works both ways. Right. And I know there's one rock.
Right.
I know you can only share one rock.
There's 5 of them, bro.
I know.
And there's going to be an odd man out in that group. And on the legend, in that piece, that offensive breakdown piece, it says the ultimate wild card is Trevante Citizen. And I think he's going to get some burn in some fashion. I really do.
Bro,
I agree. He's been on campus for 72 hours.
I got you.
Let's
I'm just excited. I'm a little excited about him.
You're correct. Optically looks every bit the part. But
all right, I want to take this. I want to take this conversation. I want to go to the next group down. Because if he says the same name, we're going to fight. All right? Because on the tight end 2 deep, I only have Will Mallory and Elijah Arroyo. That's the 2 deep. So go ahead, say the name. Say the name, Scoop.
Say what?
Come on, who's going to get run? You know who's going to get run.
Oh,
Come on,
he looks the part.
Say it. Yeah.
He's the man. But he looks the part. Don't play a tight end. But Trevante Citizen,
only 3 of them.
who looks the part. There's a lot more. Dominic Marmarelli. You got Khalil Brantley.
Totally different.
There's
It's
5.
totally different. You can have 3 tight ends on the field at the same time, Ro. You know this.
You can have 3 running backs on the field at the same time.
Yes.
No, they don't. No. You're not gonna have 3. You're not gonna have 3 dudes from that room on the field at the same time. Knock it off. Knock it off. You parlay that into whatever bullshit you want. That's not even the same conversation.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Not the same conversation. You
5
know
wide
that as well as I do.
receivers,
Jaleel gets more burn than Citizen. Of course he does.
He looks the part. He looks the part.
Bro, he liked one of our tweets. He liked the Penn State tackling tweet.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah. Put everybody else.
You think he intentionally meant that? You know, there's a couple times you're swiping and you accidentally you thought. And people
No, he meant that. He meant that.
I always paranoid. Next
Bro,
thing you knew,
he saw the Canes games last year. He saw the 17 missed tackles on a play. He saw that shit.
Yeah, and then you saw that. And we kind of posterized that on the OBB account, right?
Yeah.
You got a running back just running through, and you're like, oh, this guy's going to be a beast. And we're like, oh, pump the brakes again on that one. We're pumping the brakes on many topics, but it's like, is he that good, or is just Manny Diaz that bad at coaching tackling? Because we've seen that episode before.
All right, so we want to hold on. First, Dimitri in the chat. We're gonna be popping in some chat stuff now that the thing is going on. They want to know: can we place a gentleman's wager? Who gets more run this year? Who gets more run, Skinner or Citizen?
I still think that's going to be Skinner. I still think that's going to be Skinner.
It's just it's a product of the fact that he's number 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a byproduct of that.
Yeah.
It's an easy
Free case
answer.
of Frank the Tank. Free case of Frank the Tank.
Right.
Whoever wins that bet.
All right, let's go to the wide receivers. Yeah.
All right, XYZ. I'm just doing the starters at XYZ, and then I'll give you backup. XYZ from left to right. Say X is on the left side of the field. Here we go.
Yeah.
Frank Latson. Then I got Keyshawn Smith on the other side and Xavier Restrepo. Behind that is Jacoby George, Romello Brinson at Z, and then Brashard Smith at slot.
I don't think Ladson gets it done.
Now, I'm telling you the biggest question mark on the offensive side of the ball is this group right here. And
100%.
it's at that X wide receiver. I love
Absolutely.
Jacoby George, and I think he could be the guy too. But from the early accounts in camp and reports, I mean, Frankie's
getting it done right now.
might be the guy. Frankie might
apparently
be the guy.
he's looking the part right now, so we'll see. But that's the biggest wild
I
card
tell
on
you
the
what,
team.
there are a lot of receivers on this team. There's a lot of talk. I mean, Mike Redding got a lot of burn with the ones today.
They said he
and
knows
you
the playbook
have-
better than anybody in that room.
better than anyone.
Yeah, in that room.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Redding flashed as a true freshman. Remember, you go back 2 years ago, he was the only true freshman on the team that did anything. Had a few, either 2 or 3 touchdowns. He played well. And if you go back to his high school film, he has incredible body control, great hands. He's not a burner. I mean, he's not a true, Mike Harley or, Philip Dorsett take the top off the defense. But he got a lot of burns with the ones. I still very much like the kid from the JUCO kid who came in. He's only been for
Colby.
Colby. He's only been here for a month or so. He's 6'5", 6'6". Says he's. I heard the coaches say that he's one of the hardest workers on the team, and plenty fast. So there's so many variables in that room. That it'll be really interesting to see who steps forward, because I think somebody's really going to have to step forward in that group.
I'll tell you what, I am optimistic that Michael Redding can step up, only because I'll be honest, I thought he was going to transfer out this year. I really did.
Too, actually.
And the fact that he didn't shows me that there's a dog in there that wants to compete. And so I think I would not be surprised if this is a coming out year for him. Would not. And that'd be great.
Again, there's only one ball.
I know. That's the issue. Yeah. But a
And then
great
the
guy
other thing
throwing
is-
it.
And the other thing that hurts this group is I think that the tight end group stacks up better, right? I think tight end from top to bottom, you have
Correct.
no debate. And if
Yeah.
you could get, the combination of all of them on the field, you're going to take a spot away from a wide receiver. And it just depends what Josh Gaddis thinks he's going to hold the advantage. Is it going to be with 11 set personnel where you only have one tight end, or is it going to be 12 set with 2 tight ends? And then those are the predominant ones, right?
13 all day.
Yeah, those are the predominant ones. So we'll see which one he favors more. But we've seen Miami super, super effective with 2 tight ends predominantly on the field.
All right, we got to take a break. So we're taking a break at the tight ends because our guest is here. So we can resume this with him, but we got to get Malik in here. So while we're doing that, we're going to disappear for a few minutes. We'll be back with Malik Rosier in just a minute. Hang tight, peeps. Well, this is very nice. Thought we were going to have Malik Rosier on the show with us, but apparently we're having like Ben-Hur or something. I don't know, like, what is going on with the hair, dog? It is everywhere, like beard on top.
It's living the dream now. Whenever Mark Wick was the head coach, he didn't like my hair. So now,
Of course
you
he didn't.
You couldn't play for the Yankees right now. Yeah, would not have it. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm in Tampa now. Love it out here. It's new. I've only been here for about a month and a half, but I got a lot of business partners. I'm really enjoying my time out here so far.
Go Bulls.
Yeah. I go to a couple
That's,
games
that's the
now.
resident USF
That's right.
bull up there.
Yeah,
that's
right.
him. That's
That's
where
right.
he went to school. So you
I
caught
can
us.
tell. Hey, Malik, I can tell you anywhere you need to go in Tampa.
Okay, bet. I'll definitely reach out there. I need
The important stuff.
some I like to eat.
So you caught us in the middle of like breaking down like a potential too deep for offense. We stopped at the tight end group, but we can go back. What is the position group, or talk to me? What excites you about this University of Miami Hurricane offense coming into 2022?
To me, I think it's the first year that we're matching both a really talented offensive line with some great offensive line coaches. And I think that, whenever I think back to when I played, the easiest for me was no game. I didn't even throw a ball in the second half, but we dominated the run game. And I think that's the thing that I'm most excited to see how we dominate the run game. Because when I was at Georgia, I think that was Kirby's number one emphasis. I know Monken was a big pro guy. Big spread guy. At the end of the day, Kirby was like, we're going to have a good run game and we're going to be a downhill run team. And I think Cristobal is going to set that kind of same tone where he's going to want to set the tone with the run game. And obviously, Gaddis is a guy that's really great at scheming run play. So that, to me, is what I'm most excited for between the run game and the pass protection. I think that if you hear a lot of the young guys talking about the route combinations, the ways that Gaddis is going to get them open, obviously, if you're going to run certain routes, you're going to need offensive linemen to protect. And so that's where I think that accelerating their game is just going to accelerate the whole entire offense as a whole.
And I want to speak about the offensive line because the guy coaching it is, he's kind of a diminutive giant, but that's Coach Alex Mirabal. He made a comment. I want to get your take on it. He basically said, you take away a lot of the aggressiveness in a team when you ask the offensive line to go horizontal. And, when you're running a lot of zone concepts, when you're doing a lot of RPO bubble attachments, you can't get your offensive line downfield. So you will go sideline to sideline more. And you just mentioned Kirby. And now you're seeing the emphasis switch. You've been in that room. You've been there as a quarterback when you're offensive lineman. How much of a switch is going to happen in terms of aggressiveness simply based on the fact that they're going to tell this offensive line, you need to get downhill?
I think it definitely enhances the intensity and how you have to block. I mean, it's the same way of you have speed runners that run sideline to sideline and they probably don't hit as hard, but then you have those bruisers, those downhill runners, and it's the same way with offensive linemen. When you get offensive linemen that are running side to side, it's almost like, hey, this is your gap. When you're going downhill, it's more like, hey, this is your man. You're mashing this guy and you're doubling up instead of saying, hey, you're just going to hold this gap and let the running back kind of cut. But it's a whole different mindset whenever you're thinking that, hey, you're literally trying to move this 3 or this 1 technique 5 yards back into the lap of a linebacker. So that's when I think that you get a different kind of mindset and different type of intensity from offensive linemen.
Yeah, and Coach Mirabal said it perfectly. He said that he's seen some really good play out of some of the kids that are already there. But the thing was, when he first watched film, he really couldn't tell because they were a lot of zone, a lot of left to right. And one guy who he particularly pointed out was DJ Scaife, and said, as he said, that Joker, he said that Joker he can play, right? He's got some tenacity, and now you can see it, the downhill perspective from DJ as opposed to moving left to right. Entirely different kid.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, and I kind of mentioned it too whenever I saw he was up for one of the top players in the ACC. Was the kid was my left tackle as a freshman. You know what I mean? So he's been through it. I think that this year he's finally in the right position. I don't think he was a left tackle. I think he is a pulling someone that should get downhill. So I think he's finally in the right position. I think he has a ton of experience. And creates confidence. You know what I mean? When you have an offensive lineman that's flying around, that's as athletic as DJ Scaife is, that guy. And so, I'm excited for DJ Scaife. He was actually doing in our educational program, so I got to see him multiple times this summer. The guy looks bigger. He just seems like he's finally in a position where he can dominate as an offensive lineman. So definitely excited about him.
Talking about the offensive line, Malik obviously is a quarterback. You want to have a couple of really good wide receivers out there when you're a quarterback, and that's kind of a question mark, is who's going to step up. We lost a lot of stuff to the NFL last year. A lot of catches and yards went to the NFL with Charleston and Mike Harley. We're not sure who is going to pick that up. Who's going to be that true X? Is it going to be Ladson? Is it going to be one of the young kids like Jacoby? How important is that for a quarterback to at least have that confidence that he's got 1 or 2 guys that he knows he can always go to?
Yeah. I definitely think that one of those guys are going to step up. I mean, that's just what breeds competition. But I think that he has enough good guys. You have Xavier Restrepo. You have a great group of tight ends. I mean, you got elite running backs that you can find, be creative. And at the end of the day, I think those guys are talented enough to definitely step up and make plays. And that's kind of where I think the run game helps the receivers. Whenever you're getting more cover one man because you are getting a 7-man box, it's going to be hard to consistently have those guys lose over and over again as an X or Z receiver, especially with the way they're getting coached. So I think they're going to be fine. I think they just got to win their one-on-one matchups. And I know Tyler's going to do a great job of putting catchable balls on them. And I think that I think some of those kids are going to explode this year, at least talking to Tyler and some of the other guys. They've definitely been coming a long way. So
looking at that on the flip side, though, Malik, like you said, the running back is going to help get that kind of single coverage man on the outside. And can they win those contested balls? Can they be the guy to beat the guy across from them? But if you look at it as a devil's advocate, are they going to be good enough to allow that running game to then develop and be productive and the tight ends to then be productive? Because if there's no threat on the outside, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Right. Then you got 10 in the box, and good luck with making anything happen like that. So I think you're a little bit. I agree with you, but are these kids going to step up and be able to win the outside matchups?
I think so. I think whenever you get cover one man, you're able to get a lot more creative with how you do rubs. I mean, maybe you have an X receiver that's struggling. Now you go 3-by run, and 3-by-1, you put him in the middle, and now you have Xavier Restrepo running a corner over the top. Or you do something where it's like a rub route where now Will Mallory's trying to pick and you got a fade going. So there's a lot of ways that when it's cover one man, you can run a lot of rubs and a lot of ways to. It might not be a deep route, but maybe it's something underneath that kind of slowly gets those guys into the game, gets them comfortable just making a 5-yard catch, and then it goes to a 10-yard catch, and then it's a touchdown. So I think the offensive coordinator, and I know they will have a good plan, but I think it's just about at that point getting creative, finding ways to create rubs, create picks to get guys open. Even if it is a 5-6 yard catch, that confidence boost of him just catching something simple will carry over for the rest of the game.
You have an interesting introspective relationship with Tyler Van Dyke. I mean, you've worked with him on several occasions. Look at film, look at him. Share something about him. Like, what is something that the casual fan needs to know about Tyler Van Dyke that maybe
he's confident as hell? That's just like point blank period. I mean, I've seen the guy. I don't want to say when I first met him, he was in his shell, but when I first met Tyler, he was definitely more, I don't want to say quiet, but a little more reserved, a little more like just kind of nodding his head. Now it's yes, let's go, let's do this, and you can just tell that he's finally becoming his own quarterback. And to me, I think that's the most exciting thing. And I think outside of his throwing game, I think his ability to lead, I think his ability to handle pressure situations, all that is going to be better. And that's what I'm most excited for, is to see that part of his game elevate.
It seems like it was the NC State game, because I sensed the same thing, just watching him as a fan from the outside. You see this quiet, reserved freshman get inserted, and then he did the unfathomable, right? He turns around and he gives bulletin board material to a top 5 defense at the time, Malik. It's NC State. He's like, yeah, they're not doing anything different from a year ago. We're not, we're gonna basically bounce them. And then when he did, it seemed like that's when Rhett Lashley called the game like he knew what he had. And that's when it started to get very vertical. It started to win a lot more of those one-on-one matchups. That's when Charleston Rambo started to take the next step. Would you agree that NC State game might have been the catalyst for when Tyler came out?
Yeah, 100%. I think that was a game that he understood that as long as I prepare well, I'm able to talk trash and go out there and execute. You know what I mean? And I think now that's just a confidence booster. And at the end of the day, it's a great thing for him to be that confident in himself. So I'm excited for Tyler. I think he's going to have a great year. I think he has some talent around him, and I think he's going to have a great offensive mind scheme and the scheme behind him that's going to create a lot of success for him.
Speaking of the quarterbacks, you know a thing or two about them. There's a couple other guys there, right?
Yep.
That might have to play here or there. We don't know. We hope not. But it's certainly always good to have a second and a third kid who can pick up the slack if necessary. What have you seen from Jake, who gets a lot of positive talk, right? I mean, everyone thinks he's got the live arm, he's got the attitude, he's got the moxie. So you love to have that in your backup quarterback. And then you have Jakari as well. I know there's been some talk out of camp the past couple of days about Jakari, which I think is a bunch of hooey. Pretty sure that Rowe has an article. You doing an article?
Yeah,
do an article. Maybe we'll touch on this, but I think Jakari has all the goods.
Oh,
and
is a freak of nature.
Oh, okay. So tell us about their second and third teamers, if you don't mind.
It's funny. So I've trained Garcia through quarterback. He was at our educational seminars that we had over the summer. And I think the biggest thing I learned about Jake is that the guy wants to lead, the guy wants to win, and the guy cares. And, he was sitting down with me and some of my business partners. He was like, hey, this is kind of what's happening in the locker room. It was nothing bad, but he was like, how do I be better? Like, what would you guys do in this situation? So he's the ability to learn from Tyler to see how Tyler leads. But obviously with him, his physical abilities isn't going to be his issue. To me, it's going to be, can he learn the playbook and how comfortable can he get with his new offense? Because I think the intangibles he has from like wanting to lead, confidence, the ability to read and react. So I think Jake Garcia is in a good spot. And then the next one is obviously Jakari. So I just started training him some. That kid could be the next Superman. He's long, he's lanky, he has great velocity. He is very, very raw. There's a lot of simple stuff that we're correcting on him, which is taking his game just more and more. He's starting to understand everything that it takes to be a quarterback, and I'm excited to see him just grow. I think that's going to be his biggest thing too. Is I've already told him your athletic ability won't be your problem. I mean, you're big, you're tall, you're fast, you throw the ball really far. It's going to be, can you understand defenses? Can you understand what Coach Gaddis is calling and why he's trying to attack that defense? So for both of them, it's really going to be the off the field and really just understanding the playbook. But, I mean, both of those kids are physically gifted. So I'm excited for the locker room.
Malik, talking about the quarterbacks, what are your thoughts on Coach Ponce? Obviously, he was an offensive coordinator, got him to take a step back and be quarterback coach, kind of an OC in waiting maybe if Josh were to get a head coaching gig. But how is he as a quarterback coach? How is it working with him?
Yeah, I love him. I can say from even like a personal relationship. So whenever I was there as a freshman and sophomore when James Coley was there, he would always come back and work the camps whenever he was at App State. And so we actually had a really good relationship. I was at the Campus Legends, and he told me if I ever wanted to come sit down in a meeting and learn kind of what they're teaching, that I could. I know at least from working with Tyler, a lot of the stuff that they're running, Tyler loves personally. The footwork, I think, is very clean and very smooth, and it times up with a lot of the route combinations. So I think, at least from a quarterback standpoint, they're in very good hands, and I'm excited for him. I know that the quarterbacks are going to excel, but secondly, just from I know the type of person that he is and how he is, one, going to coach them hard, but secondly, love them after. And so they have he's a very good coach, and so I'm excited for them.
We're going to talk about what Malik has going off the field because it's equally impressive to when he was on the field. But before we get there, I kind of have a little fun question. 11 set personnel, 12 set personnel. For the casual listener or reader, that's when 12 set is one running back, two tight ends, and then you got 11, it's one running back, one tight end, and you have three more wide receivers on the field. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You got to roll with one for the whole game. You going 11 set or 12 set? What are we doing?
Okay, what team? Is it this year's team?
I'm just saying. This year's team. You can make the parameters additional, but you can only
give him some context.
This year's team.
No. I'm leaving it ambiguous for a reason. You got to keep it the whole game.
How about this? If it's this year's team, I'm sitting in 12.
Okay.
The entire time. If it was my freshman year team when we had Stacey Coley, Phillip, Malcolm, and all those guys, I'm sitting at 11. And that's just because I think that we have 3 or 4 different tight ends that could start at multiple D1s. And I think that the ability and versatility that they give you is just going to be freakish because now you're going to have a linebacker covering Jaleel Skinner or Will Mallory or Elijah Arroyo. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you want. That's kind of what you dream for, especially for Tyler, who loves to go vertical, throwing corners, throwing inside slot fades, throwing things along those lines is kind of what you pray for. So for me, I would sit in 12.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Tight end you.
Oh, I think
All
this
right.
year,
Oh,
absolutely, man. I think, yeah, it's that. I think that's an easy question for this year.
Yeah, I even Brad's year, even Brad the year Brad left, I would sit in 12 too. I would go David Njoku, Chris Herndon, Stacey Coley, and Braxton, and that would have been what I rolled with the entire year.
Yeah. There you go.
See, you gotta just take what they give you, baby. Take what they give you. Speaking of taking what they give you, on screen right now, and this is awesome, through the OBB Legend, we're actually streaming this live. But it says above you, the Miami Millionaires Club. All right. You've been doing some impressive work off the field. Could you please share with us what exactly you have going on in your world?
Yeah, so it's twofolded. So one, the main point of the company is the educational side. So the point of Miami Millionaires Club is to help student athletes at the University of Miami own and operate their own small business, as well as provide them mentorship and business connections. Because the biggest thing I can say is once you graduate, it's really hard to get connected with successful business owners. And most of the time, if you do, they're going to have to be a Miami fan. So that's really what we're trying to create is successful business owners that basically watch these guys every Saturday once they graduate, helping them basically transition from the sports world into the real world, saying, hey, if you want to be an accountant, we have one of the best CPAs here that's a Miami grad that would love to mentor you to help you become a CPA. And so that's what we're building. And it was really just to help give kids more options whenever they graduate, saying, hey, do I want to go to the league? Or maybe you have 4 of the businesses that you've created as you went through college that make you 7 figures, that now you have options to weigh, hey, do I want to get my body banged up or do I want to make money? So it's about giving these kids options, especially now as they're making their own brands through NIL. Some of these kids can make 6-7 figures, and if they create a good enough brand, maybe even get into branding themselves as like models, whatever they want to do. The second fold is really going to help us kind of drive this point and drive this focus is going to be NFTs. So what an NFT stands for is non-fungible token, and it really helps with like proof of ownership. So we're going to have in real life events, and we have another company that we partnered with. And what they're going to help us do is they're going to help us connect your NFT wallet actually to their site, and it'll verify that you own it. So even if you walk in with a picture, like you're going to have to connect to something to a third-party app to verify. So we do have ways that we can make sure that you own it. So we've bought box seats for the next 3 years. So we're going to have events up there. We're going to have parties. I got alumni like Tracy Howard, Amon Richards, Demetrius Jackson, Cam Harris. There'll be a lot of guys up in the box hanging out. We'll have John Beeson up some. And so I'm just excited for the project. I know at least everyone listening, if you want to be involved, there's an app called Phantom Wallet, PHANTOM. It's free. You download it. You can follow Miami Millionaires Club at Miami Mills Club on Twitter. And if you need any more questions, they can help you. It does a great job with precise and really directing you guys. And we also will have a way for people that aren't into crypto. We'll have a way for you to use your credit card to purchase it. So even if you don't want to go to crypto and have to buy Solana, when you click on and you go to purchase, it'll say Solana or it'll say use your credit card. So then you can use your credit card as long as you download the free Phantom Wallet app. It'll do it for you. So we're trying to make this as simple of an integration as possible. Also, to just know the price of it is going to be $100, but half of it is going back into business scholarships. So what we're trying to do is every year, as we educate these guys, we want to have them develop on business, because it's cool to be a CPA or be an accountant, but it's even better if you own your own accountant firm. So we're trying to teach these guys to really think big and say, hey, about how you run your accountant firm. From there, they'll pitch their ideas, and then we're going to give them $10,000 to basically help start their business. So we're really trying to say, hey, if you guys take the time and build a business plan, we'll give you $10,000 to basically take it off the ground. We have mentors that'll sit down and help them do an income flow and a P&L. So these guys really help, and we're just trying to offer this to the student athletes at the University of Miami.
Good stuff, man. Impressive.
Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a lot. And if there's anyone else too, if anyone's listening, especially if you're a Miami alumni that played sports, you too should download Phantom Wallet. Please DM me or DM Miami Millionaires Club. And we do have a limited amount of free NFTs that we're giving out to Miami alumni. Just to help out, especially if you're a football player, baseball, basketball, please reach out. We want you guys involved. We want to make this as big and as great of a community as we possibly can. So we're just trying to get as many people as we can involved. So thank you for having me too.
Yeah.
Together.
I know, man.
I know it has. Now listen, this, and I want to say something as far as the validity of what Malik in Miami Millionaires Club has going on. Malik and I have been talking about this in particular and the certain sorts of avenues to be able to go down in the business sense for at least 2.5 years. So he's been working on this a very long time. This isn't just, something that came out of woodworks last week. This is something that he's thought about in depth, has looked for the right partners, has obtained the right partners, and is now moving forward with not just the NFT stuff, but the ability for the education aspect of it. I think it's brilliant. Great job, dude. Really, really great job.
Yeah, we're working some with Miss Jackson. Is when we recorded the sessions, we're actually going to give them over to FAMU. So we're going to slowly start implementing this into other universities where obviously we're going to directly go to Miami. We'll service them directly, but we still think the educational part is important for everybody. So whether it's taxing, whether it's accounting, we had CBiz, we had Raymond James both come up and talk to 16 student athletes and really give them a talk about accounting and money management. And that stuff's important for everybody. So we don't want to keep it, obviously we'll go directly to the Miami athletes, but we're going to open that up in the next couple weeks as an educational course as well that people can just freely watch on YouTube.
Malik, the folks in the chat are saying, because you were asking for good places, good food in the Tampa area, Ted Peters smoked fish in St. Pete apparently is supposed to be pretty damn good.
Peters.
He's typing it. He's
totally done, yeah. And apparently, if you believe what they say over there, that's where they invented the Cuban sandwich. So
in St. Pete,
yeah, St. Pete, yeah. Tampa,
I don't think so.
I don't know about that.
I'm not so sure. I'm pretty sure the Cuban sandwich was invented in Cuba. But if you want to go with St. Pete,
I'll claim it
by all means.
Hey, Malik, just a simple question. What was your record against FSU?
I want to know.
Did you talk to Tyler about this?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked about FSU honestly this year.
Yeah, but he did something you never did. You lost him.
Yeah, no, I mean he's definitely upset, but no, we haven't talked about that. I know that's a.
No, here.
So when you were talking
I'm blaming that game on his defensive coordinator.
No, yes, but hold on a second.
4th and 14.
Oh, this is a tough question. Would you rather have Malik's game-winning touchdown to break the 7-game losing streak that's in one hand, or would you rather have Tyler's 4th and 14 loss?
Oh, that's brutal, bro.
Think about that. Think about
He's a brand ambassador for us. Why are you bringing that up?
Because of look what it did for the program.
It did. No, I know.
Saying, what is, man, if you had to have one over the other, that's an impossible question to answer.
Nah, you definitely go with the Mario. I think Mario is the best guy for the job. I mean, when he got the job, I was literally jumping up and down, screaming like a madman.
Yeah, but I was jumping up and down, screaming like a madman when you threw that ball to Lang, too. In a restaurant, no less. They wanted to kick me out.
The manager was an all.
I was on a cruise. We screamed so loud in the lobby, watching on an iPad with crotchety Wi-Fi. That's where I was for my boys' 40th.
Oh man, insane.
I wish I'd seen that.
Last time we had Malik on, I remember, and we're talking about the transition into the Mario era. But when you were on, you were basically saying how the recruiting department over there at a program of their caliber, and obviously you saw what they done. They won a national championship last year. But there's you're like, Ro, I have 5 guys underneath me. There's coaches everywhere. There's coach. Is Miami now at that level where the recruiting is where it needs to be? What you saw at Georgia and from your times here at the University of Miami?
Yeah, I can say the biggest thing I want to see is where's their internship, and I think this is kind of where the student body has to help out. I can say that obviously I had guys under me. But then there was a huge group of just student body interns from the University of Georgia that just loved to help out. And that honestly freed me up to then able to help out Todd Hartley or one of the other coaches even more that from what they need on a back end standpoint. But yeah, no, I definitely think we're there. Especially from the coaches, the biggest thing that I can say is that one, you see a lot of the coaches on our staff they're projected to go somewhere else. And I know it's unfortunate, and obviously we don't want Gaddis to leave, but when you talk about Georgia, you talk about Alabama, their OC leaves every year. They're there for 1, maybe 2 years, and they're gone. But it's about having the head guy there. As long as you have Mario there, the coaches can rotate because Mario will keep that same intensity, and the coaches will have to adjust around him. But yeah, I mean, whenever you have Coach Ed Ogeron on campus all the time like that, I think that's when you start to know, okay, you have something cooking both on the field and off the field, because Coach O's not going to waste his time anywhere. Miami's nice, but it doesn't mean he has to be on campus, even if his son is there. I think he generally enjoys it. I think that he sees a lot of positive stuff in the University of Miami, especially through the recruiting department, and I'm excited. I am, and I don't see why a kid in South Florida want to leave Miami now. Like, there's no point.
Oh, you mentioned my name, Malik. I really appreciate the intro. No, I do love coming back to University of Miami. I got a question for you, okay? Go Tigers. But does Tyler Van Dyke does kind of look like and play a little bit like Joe Burrow, right? He kind of does, right? Oh yeah, buddy.
I'm interested to see how Tyler plays. I think the biggest thing is I want to see how Tyler plays on the run. I think that's where Joe Burrow separated himself from a lot of quarterbacks that year, was that there was times where he was under duress, and even under duress on the run with a guy on his back just making unreal throws. So, yeah, I mean, I think from in the pocket, I think from an IQ standpoint, 100%. But, I mean, Joe is probably a top 5 NFL quarterback, and I definitely think Tyler can get there too. But it'll be interesting to see how he does. Tyler's sneaky athletic. I give him that. He's more athletic than people think.
Yep.
I don't know if he's athletic as Joe Burrow, but
but he's no Dan Marino. I mean, he can run. He can move his legs. He can run. He had a 20-yard run last year.
He did.
Yes.
30 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Virginia.
Yeah.
That was a good run. Touchdown.
Tyler's probably faster this year than he was last year. He's definitely bigger. I say that. He's definitely filled out a lot more. Like when we have throwing sessions, he's spinning the ball over the place. But I mean, I'm excited for the guy. I think he's gonna have a great year. I know he's gonna have a great year.
All right.
I am excited for a quarterback in a while.
Malik Rosier, everybody. Malik, thank you so much for giving us some time, and best of luck with everything with Miami Millionaires Club. Thank you very much, and we'll have you back on soon. All right.
You guys have a great night.
Cool. You too, man.
See you, dude.
It's always fun to have him on, man. That is
so
still the best episode ever. His first ever episode.
Yeah, that hangout session.
I will always say we don't have to do another episode. We never did. After that, we never had.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it in my books.
Yeah, that was it.
Like, when you change a fan base's opinion of a human, I could. We've talked about it. Could have quit then.
Nope. Yeah, it could have been it.
There's no precipice aside from that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Only other thing after that is just us doing a pod the day after we win a national championship.
Okay, I can do that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
You will have the biggest.
It's the recap show.
It would be like that Spanish announcer for a goal.
Yeah, the goal guy.
Right.
Yeah, Andres Cantor,
Show
whatever his
in
name
goal
is. Yeah.
would be that long if we win the next Natty 6.
Oh,
and I
man.
want that one so bad because then we'd have 6. FSU and UF would have 3.
Right.
And we double them up. And I would literally make a shirt that says double them up and then just wear it all over town for years to come.
All right, we have to get back to the starting lineups. We haven't even gotten a defense yet. We still have to get the offensive line. So, Ro, let's resume with the offensive line.
Week. You know, we do offense this week.
Okay.
We'll do
all right,
defense.
we'll do defense
Yeah,
next
there you
week.
go.
Okay.
We'll stop at the
there
How's
you go.
that sound?
Yeah.
You know what?
Can I say something though?
Talk to me, Goose.
Hold on. Yeah. I can't help but think that I'm on the show with Josh. Ro with his damn white T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Josh Pate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. The dude wears a white T-shirt for every show.
That's his thing.
That's his deal. Yeah.
It's funny to me. I don't know.
I was literally coming from an event for my daughter. I think you guys know she's 12. She's a 7th grader, and she made a varsity high school team. And in the back of my mind, she's playing for a small private school. And then today it hit me because I saw who she was playing against.
Yeah.
She's playing against Park Vista. She's playing against American Heritage. She's playing against Boca High. She's playing against some schools now. So I'm like,
it's a weird.
Well, it's weird.
I don't doubt it. Look,
weird.
it's weird. Kenzie has tryouts next week for North Broward's golf team.
Oh.
It's only one golf team. It's a varsity team.
Oh,
So
damn.
she's playing with, right? Sophomores, juniors, seniors.
Same.
She's in sixth. She's going to sixth grade. She's 11. So I in my mind, and I think about Tally all the time with this, and then I think about Kenzie, and I'm like, it's like, I mean, they're literally playing against giants, mentally, physically, you know. So it's like, oof, this ought to get interesting real quick.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah.
This
And
will be
speaking
good.
of Giants, you're gonna like this segue. Let's talk about the Giants on the offensive line.
Let's do that.
Well done. Now listen, there's two guys that I know that are going to be where they need to be come the beginning of the season, and that's left tackle. That's Zion Nelson when he's healthy, and he'll be healthy. And the center is Ja'Kai Clark. After that, this was like spaghetti. Just throw it on a wall where it sticks, because sure, you could put Jalen Rivers at left guard. You could put John Campbell at right tackle. You could put Jalen Rivers at right tackle. DJ Scaife could go to right tackle. I have DJ Scaife at right guard. But you got Logan Sagopalu. He's going to be the backup center. You got Justice. He's going to essentially – you have so many options.
What about the
I think
kicker?
this is the deepest – Justice.
Usman Traore.
Usman
still
Traore.
Traore.
The kicker.
Exactly. You call him a kicker. Don't even have him on my two deep. I don't. When we constructed this, I didn't. Honestly, if you had a starter and you had to hard peg it, the way it looks at the legend, Zion Nelson, Jalen Rivers, Ja'Kai Clark, DJ Scaife, and John Campbell.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Let me ask you this, because this was brought up before we get into talking about our partners and get into some 5 questions. And we've talked about this a lot. It would appear to me that Mario is leaning against retiring 26 or any other number, and that he would prefer to have these be earned numbers. So if you don't know what an earned number is, what is it? Penn State has a famous one. What as a safety or something, or in the secondary?
Michigan has one.
Yeah, so basically
Michigan has it number 1.
Yeah, like if you are their best defensive back, you get to wear is you don't get it as a freshman. You have to prove yourself as your freshman and sophomore year before maybe you get it as a junior or a senior. And so it seemed like Mario's argument was, if we start retiring numbers at Miami, there's a whole long list of people that have a valid argument to have their number retired. And that then all of a sudden everyone's going to be wearing 42, or 99 or whatever it is. So, I mean.
Well, he said 65.
Yeah.
And they said
he did. That was
at him.
Yeah.
I think it was Brendan Linder for some reason. I don't want to look that up. Go ahead.
How do you guys feel about that? I mean, I'll be honest. I don't have a problem with the earned number thing, as long as there is a criteria, as long as you're not giving it to someone hoping they're going to be great, that they've already shown you that they can be great, that they are worthy of that number.
Brandon Linder was 65.
Yeah, 65. He was 65. I think the center from Stoneman Douglas. Wasn't he 65? The one who just left. Ja'Kai Clark took his job.
Oh, Jesus.
Corey
Gaynor.
Corey Gaynor. Wasn't he 65?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'll look that up too.
Yeah, man, I've been clamoring and screaming from them to retire 26, and then I hear Mario's thoughts on it, and I can't quite disagree with him.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Is 26 special? Yeah, but he's
What about
right,
Jerome
though.
Brown?
He's right. There are a lot of really special numbers to come out of this university.
Can you tell me that Sean's is worthy of retirement, but Ed's isn't? Right? I mean, like Benny Blades isn't?
Right.
I mean, damn, bro. Like,
I know.
Can make an argument.
So I don't. Yeah. So I don't. I can't discount the argument that Mario has as far as you have to. If that number is going to be worn, it's going to be incredibly special. The problem with that then becomes, if you let somebody wear it and that kid potentially has a subpar season in comparison to the year that he earned it, is it tarnished again? Is it not good enough again? Because then you have human variables there. That's tough. It's a tough question.
With those kind of parameters, you might as well consider it retired, right? Because the only way that it's going to live on, somebody's got to be that generational that they're not going to have an off season, right? So if we don't see the likes of somebody like 26 to earn 26, I don't necessarily think it's going to matter.
Okay, well then there it goes. But then you don't have the allure, because I'm saying just tell somebody they can earn it, and nobody can ever be good enough to earn it. So nobody ever wears it, but it's never honored either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it just stays in a drawer.
Right.
Well, we know who wore it last. He's no
Right.
longer with the program, and at the tackling rate in which sometimes they were responsible for, it was almost an embarrassment at the same time. And I think that's why people even, the shouting from the rooftops to retire that number was heightened by the fact that it was dishonored, right? So,
yeah.
All right. Let us, before we get into 5 questions, got to talk about our people that make this whole thing possible. Reasons why we were able to launch the legend, man. And that starts with none other than our boy Teddy Morse and his whole crew over at Ed Morse that are just expanding every day. New dealerships opening in different states. Like, bro, you don't have to be in Florida anymore. You live anywhere in the Midwest. Yeah. Ed Morse is your dealership. Like, just go. Like, there's Illinois, all over the place. Like all up the Mississippi. Yeah,
Texas.
all up the Mississippi. Yeah. It's insane.
Yep.
So
yeah, and we told you he bought a few Harley dealers.
Mm-hmm.
A couple in Texas, I think.
The jet ski place,
and
a
motorsports place, kind of like
Nice.
Broward Motorsports down here. If you guys are familiar from South Florida, motorsports place with the Kawasaki's and the Yamahas and all the the crotch rockets that Roe and I used to go flying around town on. So yeah, it's look, over 2 million people have been backed by Morse. You too can be backed by Morse. EdMorse.com. Go and get pretty much any brand you want. He's got it. Go check it out. They have the price protection promise. EdMorse.com.
The only person that may win in life more than Teddy Morse, beating the bookie, bro. Like, it's almost becoming comical now. Like, he's just throwing out like these parlay, he's just throwing out winners left and right.
Did you catch his last little life commentary? I think he did it via Twitter. And he was talking about, somebody had some kind of banking transaction thing. And he essentially showed that they can only allow him to take out $100,000 back of his money. He's like, oh, but I'm thankful, this got resolved. Thanks a lot. I just need to do this several more times and I'll be good. I'm like, low key, dick.
Dude, he just got
Right?
this BTB diamond studded chain thing that's had to be at least friggin' 5 figures. Ridiculous. Dude's a winner, bro.
Guy kills it.
He kills it.
He does.
He kills it.
Look, he is at the top of his game.
Oh my God.
One of the best, they refer to him as cappers, right? I don't know if that's his thing, but that's really what it is. He's one of the best in the country without question. He's got a loaded client list, and he makes you money, guys. I mean, it's soccer's ramping back up. Baseball is still continuing to be very, very productive. And then pretty soon we're going to have the football futures, right? So we'll have all the futures for the football stuff. And then he's going to start dropping football season. And we're going to have free plays for you every week. As we get back into football season, we'll have free plays on a weekly basis for you. It's at Beating the Bookie, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. He gives out a bunch of free plays, wins a majority of them on the free play stuff. And it's beatingthebookie.com to get all of your packages.
If you need a place to take what he gives you and make some money, then you can go ahead and talk to our friends at DraftKings. And right now, listen, we've been talking about their sports betting app, but we know that we don't have that in Florida. So listen up, people. The next generation of fantasy sports is here. Download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now. Sign up with promo code TPPN. Click the Rainmakers tile and opt in to get your first card free. Plus, play for millions in prizes all football season while building the ultimate NFT fantasy franchise with Rainmakers Football. That's promo code TPPN. Build, play, win. Only at DraftKings. Contest entries dependent on type and number of NFTs held. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
and admit it. And I'm admitting I'm pissed because I'm looking at Caneswear's website right now. And I have a tradition. I was just down there. I bought a hat. Yes. And then I looked this week, and there's a nicer hat. The Miami Hurricanes 2022 Adidas Miami Knights logo, neon black hat.
Oh,
It is gorgeous. And not only that, the Miami Knights, well, it's making a comeback, boys.
Tomorrow, I
think there's
think.
going to be a jersey
yeah.
that depicts this uniform, and it's sexy. And right now, the Miami Knights apparel line can be found at Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie, Florida, 33324. Their phone number, 954-835-5597. And if you bought like those 3 items I'm seeing here, the shirt, the hat, and the other shirt, you're getting over $99. And every time you do, it's free shipping, and they're the fastest shipping in the West.
Oh yeah, look at that. I might have to get that hat just to piss you off.
Right. This is his own fault. He goes shopping for a hat a month before the season starts.
That's true.
Of course, other
That's
ones
true.
are going to drop. Come on.
True.
They warned me.
Factual.
One of the people that are doing plenty of great things for the University of Miami is none other than Mr. John Ruiz. And obviously, you know of all the NIL deals. Well, the product that all of these athletes are pushing to all of us and endorsing is Life Wallet. So as a Canes fan, go to lifewallet.com, get yourself signed up. This is a revolutionary and a life-saving program, app, whatever you want to call it now, that is going to save people's lives. It'll take all your medical information from all the different doctors you've seen over your entire life. Like if you're 50, you've got medical records all over the place, people all over the place. Life Wallet brings them all in, so they're all on their phone. So a doctor that sees you for the first time knows everything that's happened to you in your entire life.
Brilliant.
That was awesome. Brilliant. No, brilliant.
Good job, bro.
That's just wow.
Aren't you the one who gets to see this and work like for real in the field?
All right, let me just tell you what happened. I got distracted by a tweet that said you had one job, and it's a really large chick with a camera.
Oh, bro, it's been going around for years. But
Yeah.
I showed it to Steph
He
yesterday.
wanted to take a picture of him proposing, and she can't stop
She
falling.
can't stop falling down.
Oh my God, I love
I
you,
saw that a
Boo-Boo.
couple of years ago, and
dude.
then it popped back up in my timeline like yesterday or the day before, and I was like,
It's got 15.8 million views.
I asked Steph, I was like,
I saw it.
I said, "Have you seen this?"
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
So good.
You know that girl after falling, she hurt herself and she needs Life
She
Wallet.
needs Life
There you
Wallet.
go. She needs it.
Oh, listen.
Oh, she's incapacitated. She fell. It's on a loop. Oh my goodness.
As the season
right.
is getting underway, we got to tell you guys all about something because you know that the first road game of the season is going to be on the road at Texas A&M. This is week 3, I believe. What, the 14th or 17th?
September 17th.
17th. 9 o'clock start for this game. All right. Now we're going to be doing a live broadcast and some possible during the game play-by-play at the Tank. So it is a watch party. It'll be going. We're gonna have the Canes barber is gonna be out there. It's gonna be a great time and all the beer,
Lance
all the
is gonna
great
be there.
food. Lance Lake's
Taste
gonna be
one.
there. I'm
Taste
sure he
one.
has some
Lance
peanuts
is going to
for
be
us.
there with
Yep.
boxes of goodies, and so you can have your nice boiled peanuts with your Frank the Tank and your La Loca,
Yep.
and then you can get all buzzed up and faded up and trimmed up in the Sprinter out front with Steven in the Sprinter, the Canes barber. I just want to sit in the chair. I just want a photo in the chair in the Sprinter.
Mm-hmm. With clippers.
It's gonna be my new AVI. I want one.
The Tank is the place to go, people. If you live down in that area, and a great place to take the colleagues to go to lunch on a Friday, Saturday night, just go ahead and just drink some phenomenal beers. The cigars they've got there, great places. The Tank Brewery, and we will see you out there 9 p.m. Actually, before like 7 p.m. on September 17th for that Canes.
Yeah, we got to figure out.
game.
We're gonna do a live show starting at 7-ish probably.
Yeah, so
we got to get the details done. We're gonna start the live show at 7, do an hour and a half ish, and then be ready to go for 9 o'clock kickoff.
University of Miami Hurricanes will be 2-0 going into that game.
Mhm.
So this is the first real test in the Mario Cristobal era. That sounds like a good day, a very good day. You know what else is even a better day? Take it away, Scoop.
Creating better days.
Uh-huh.
creatingbetterdays.com with a promo code OBB gets you 20% off the entire website. So it's a CBD company, but it does have the euphoric blends of the gummies. It's got the 8s and the 9s and a bunch of gear too. But from my understanding, and I've tried the oils, the drops,
Mhm.
which are awesome. To be quite honest with you, it's really badass. They have the creams, and then they have the gummies. The gummies are the euphoric one. We say the
Delta 8, Delta 9.
the Delta 8 and Delta
Yeah.
9.
Put a
I
smile
know
on your
that they had
face.
the fourth. They put a smile on their face. We have to get. We said this last time. We have to get some samples for Mr. Toast.
Well, yeah, well, get it done.
All right. So
Get it done and use promo code OBB.
I've been a
You'll
little
get-
under the weather.
I got you. You get 20% off everything on their website. And while you're at it, that OBB promo code will also work at manscaped.com, where you can go ahead and order whatever you want. Some body wash. You can get the testicle trimmers. You can get the testicle moisture pads if you got a little ball sweat going on. Listen, it's humid as hell out there. They will take care of you. Manscaped.com. Promo code OBB gets you 20% off basically everything on their website as well. So you will be smelling good, and your balls will thank you. Thank you, Toast.
Thank you, Toast.
Thank you, Toast. I totally did that 2 days ago. Totally manscaped.
There you go.
It was so refreshing out of the
Yes.
shower.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
It's a game changer.
It really is. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this isn't like, we're just talking. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Total game.
Every guy knows. All right, everybody. Should we do 5 questions?
We should.
Yeah. So, 'cause now, Ro, just so you know, because I know there was some folks upset. Why are you getting rid of 5 questions? Because when the season starts, we have OBB Power Poll. We do a pick segment.
We have a
we do
Tay
a
segment.
Heisman. We do a what?
Tay.
Oh, the Tay
We got a
segment.
segment
Yes,
with
I was saying
Tay.
the pick segment also. So we have
Red-
so much
red pill,
other
blue
stuff.
pill.
Like, there's no room for 5 questions, people.
No.
Goddamn pod will be 3 hours long.
Yeah, no. Thanks.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
No way. All right, 5 questions.
Well,
I'm
enough
winging
as it
this,
is.
Ro. I'm winging this, Ro. So if you have any you want to pop in,
Okay.
you can do it as well.
These are always good ones too when we do it.
Exactly. Let's see. Let us see. Where should we start?
Bye. Question.
Okay. What's a sensation you despise even though it isn't painful?
A sensation you despise. A
despise.
sensation.
A
A
sensation.
sensation.
So can I give you I'll give you an act which causes a sensation,
Okay.
and it's the sensation. It's not really painful, but when you hit your funny bone,
Yeah.
I
See, I think that hurts.
I think that hurts,
despise
though.
that. I
Yeah.
despise that. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt nearly as bad as it's weird.
Okay. All right. Sensation you despise even though it isn't painful.
Like when we can't come up with answers, do we
Yeah.
get Hillary Clinton
Right.
back?
Well,
like,
I
are
mean,
we
Yeah,
who's
I was
gonna read that
actually going to start
off, right?
reading some stuff off, but I don't.
Oh, here
have
we
the
go.
list.
Here we go. I got one. Water in your ear.
Oh God.
And you got to do the whole
Oh, my God.
But then that moment when it pops.
One of the best feelings
One
on
of the
earth.
best. Yeah, right up there with like a sneeze.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the greatest feelings on
Yeah.
earth is that warm water
Yep.
running out of your ear
Right.
when it releases.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you just mentioned one, so I'm going to give you a quick 1A, 1B. When you want to sneeze and you don't, oh, that's horrible. Like you feel like you're going to, you're in the act of it, you're 95% there,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it goes away.
Yeah.
I hate that. But like when you're stuffed up, like that's not painful, but I despise that.
Worst thing on
Like
earth.
when you just literally can't breathe out of your nose, and you got to become like this, like mouth breather.
Yeah. The wife had that issue like 2 weeks ago, dude, and she was in hell. She's like, I hate mouth breathing. She's like, it's awful.
It's awful.
Oh, here's one for you. Pet owners waking up in the morning and stepping his dog, and you have a puppy, and they made a mess, and you step in it, and you don't realize it. Doesn't hurt, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Not painful, but oh.
Put the
All
dog
right.
in a crate.
How about I'll take this one. What's a commercial you'll never forget?
All right. I don't know why. Man, this is old. But that when I was a kid, there was a lady that pitched bounty paper towels, and she had like red hair, and she was like this old lady, and she was like a waitress or something, but with a very like not a look more like a man than a woman, like a rough looking lady. But yeah, I don't know. I always envision her when I see bounty paper towels, the quicker picker upper.
Quicker, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what her name was, but yeah.
I've got a couple, but I think I know where Roe's going, so I'm not going to go there. And I'm going to say the Coke commercial with Ed Too Tall Jones in the tunnel.
The Steelers jersey.
Yes.
That's a classic one.
It's a good one. I know where you're
It's
going.
Mean Joe Green, isn't it? It's Mean Joe Green.
No, where do you think I'm going?
Wherever. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
Mean
one.
Joe Green, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, Mean Joe Green.
I said Too Tall Jones.
It
Yeah,
would have
same
been a
thing.
Cowboys. It would have been a Cowboys
both
jersey. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ro.
Where did I think you were going? What if I say it?
Go ahead, say it.
I was going to say, where's the beef?
Oh,
That's
awesome.
You did. How did he know?
That's awesome.
No, what? I was. The Wendy's commercials. Where's the beef?
That lady. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I dead serious. I
Kids,
was like, he's not gonna know what.
if you've never seen that, go on YouTube, bro. She's like a midget. It was hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
But think about that. That would never be played today. People are so sensitive.
They are. They're so sensitive. Yeah.
I was like a 10-year-old kid going around. Where's the beef? She's looking, trying to find it. Oh my goodness, that's so.
Here's the worst part is that if she actually saw a McDonald's hamburger now, she'd be like, the beef is gone. It's not even there anymore. It's not even as big as it used to be.
I saw a random quote the other day. There was a company that was trying to compete with McDonald's in their quarter pounder.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a third pounder, right?
Oh God.
And people said, I don't want the third pounder because it's smaller.
Oh God, of course. Oh, because a third, 3's lower than 4. Oh my God.
People gonna people.
All right.
Gonna people.
So what are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds that? I mean, how many commercials have there been?
Billions.
Earth. What are the odds
bro.
that I can read through the screen and know which one he's thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
Think about what just happened
right now, and I'm telling you right now, I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, he's never gonna guess. He's never going to guess what I'm thinking. There's no way. This is an obscure '80s commercial.
It wasn't obscure, dude. It was the biggest commercial of the decade.
Today, it's obscure. Nobody knows.
But anyone that was alive in the '80s is fully aware. Yeah.
Oh
God. All right. Next question.
I have
number
one.
3?
I have one.
Is this 3 or 4? This is 3.
3.
Okay. Go, Scoop.
I have one. What is the most I'm trying to think improbable way to die on the beach?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Bro, come on. Come on.
I'm just saying, have you seen this?
Go ahead and say what you
How
go ahead
does
and
this-
tell
how
the
does
story.
this
Tell the
happen?
story. So this happened.
says-
This just happened on the beach, 2 days ago, to a poor guy.
Today, it's a woman in South Carolina. An umbrella got swept up by the wind
It impaled her.
and impaled her in the chest.
That's not what I thought you were going with.
Well, that's what I just read.
I thought you were going with the guy down here that was digging a hole and it collapsed on him and he suffocated in the beach.
What?
Yes, he was digging a hole in the beach and the sides came down and it crushed him to death.
No.
How deep was this hole? Yeah, happened Monday or Tuesday.
Oh my God!
Right, that's what I thought you were talking about.
What's
how did you die at
happening
the beach? By sand falling on you. That's how the guy died.
I mean, it's the beach and it's close to the ocean, and I would just sit there and say probably swimming on top of a stingray.
Oh my God! All right,
Yeah, I get you too.
Damn.
Sorry. Anyway, I just read that and I'm like, man, that is
So is that an official question? Because I
That's a
gave you an
bad way.
official answer.
Yeah. I'll give you
a
one
bad
too.
way.
All right. All right. Next question. Number 4. And then, Ro, you got 5.
Yeah.
Who's a celebrity no one can hate?
Ooh, great question. You know what's sad? It used to be Bill Cosby.
I was going to say what's. Oh, okay. I was going to say what's sad. It used to be Betty White.
Oh yeah. Nobody hated Betty White.
Meg Ryan.
Ooh.
No, people hate Meg Ryan.
Why?
Who?
How do you
Who
hate
hates
Meg
Meg
Ryan?
Ryan?
Who hates Meg Ryan?
Yeah.
She walked out on Dennis Quaid.
I'd walk out on Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I mean that's not a valid reason not to
That's
like
an
her.
indictment of her, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see Dennis Quaid being an absolute asshole.
I mean, he is. Like he's a lunatic.
So, no, that's Randy Quaid. That's the
Randy
brother.
Quaid,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid.
The one that
Yeah.
lives like in a camp or somewhere. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitter's full.
He's not that far from
Boys,
his
I'm
role.
back.
Not that far. His role turned into reality for him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's so much harder to think this because in the era that you live in, somebody's gonna hate you for something.
I got one. I think I got a modern
ahead.
one. Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she's hard to hate.
And I think at this stage, if you any reason you hated her, now you feel sorry for her because she's still single, and I don't know. I don't know why you would hate her. I think so.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
always
Random
single.
fact.
Perpetually
Random
single.
fact. Her dad has been on if he's still alive, but was on or currently still is on Days of Our Lives. That's Victor in Days of Our
Yes,
Lives.
yes,
he was like,
yes,
Dad
yes.
Victor?
that. Yes,
It's a
That
real
is- that
dad?
is her
Yeah.
dad.
Apparently.
Yes.
Shut
Yes.
up. Really?
Yes. True story.
I'm not sure he's
True
alive.
story. But that's
And I
random
don't
real
think he's
facts.
on the show anymore.
But that guy, Victor, on Days of Our
Really?
Lives, is Jennifer Aniston's dad. Yes.
Who knew?
Vic-
I mean, you guys did. I didn't.
Yeah, Victor Kiriakis, portrayed by John Aniston.
Mhm.
Let's
That's
see.
his real name.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna see if
I think he
let's
passed
see.
away.
Nope. He is still alive. 89.
I mentioned this yesterday because it's somebody I worked with last name, and I was like, "Do you remember this show?" I don't think you can hate him if he's still alive. Webster,
Oh, Webster. What happened to Webster? Manuel Lewis.
Emmanuel Lewis. You couldn't hate
No.
Webster.
And dude, he had Alex Karras was his dad on the show, former NFL player.
Yeah,
Chicago
Good show.
Bear, Detroit Lions, something like
Or
that.
Gary
Some,
Coleman.
some good
Manuel
Gary
Lewis
shows.
to Gary
Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah, Webster was more hard. Like
Yeah.
he just looked cuter.
Emmanuel
Was-
Lewis was a better
was
president.
was Different Strokes filmed on the same set in the same house as Fresh Prince?
Oh, I'd never heard that.
I never heard that
I'm
either.
I
making
don't
it
know.
up.
Oh.
I'm asking a question because it's like the same thing. It's the same.
similar.
You have the stairs that go up at the back
Mhm.
wall.
No,
right?
I don't think
and
so.
Then,
I don't think
And
it's
then
the
the
same
living
house.
room, and then you have the door to the
It could have
kitchen.
been a reworked room. They could have tweaked it, like
Well, we'll
Who
go like
knows?
7 degrees of separation, like Kevin Bacon. But the spinoff of that was Facts of Life because Mrs. Garrison, and that's when George Clooney made his claim to fame because he was the little handyman that lived up
It's
there.
true. It's true.
Yeah, and the Facts of Life. Did we all answer?
I don't know.
I
don't know
believe
what
we
the question
did.
was.
All right, yeah. Who's
The
somebody
question was
you can
who a
hate?
celebrity no one can hate.
Yeah, Meg Ryan.
I said
Oh,
Webster.
how
do
You
you
said
say
Meg
Jennifer
Ryan.
Aniston?
And you said
They
I
can
got-
home
I
or
got the
lose me
last one.
forever, and then
I
she's
think this
having
is
an
more-
orgasm in a restaurant. I mean, how do
That
you
was
not like
30
Meg
years
Ryan?
ago.
I don't care. She was hot then.
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. She didn't make it to the new Top Gun movie. She was in the original Top Gun
Mhm.
movie. They kind of just said, she got cancer and died.
Her role in the
Yeah,
original
they-
movie was
they killed- they
pointless
killed her off.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was Goose's
it
wife.
wasn't.
You know they
yeah,
could've-
yeah. So it's
She was in the
Mom.
original movie for 2
Brewster's mom.
seconds.
Yeah, but she's crying in the
Ah.
funeral. Yeah, okay. All right. This question. I like this question.
Goose had it
Fun
coming.
question. Yeah. Talk to me, Goose. I can't. I'm dead.
All
How
right.
would you defeat Batman?
How would you what?
How would you defeat Batman?
By paying Superman to kick his ass?
What I did a movie of that. It flopped.
I mean, Batman's not a superhero, so you just found a superhero to kick Batman's ass.
All right, that's a good answer.
He doesn't have any
That's a good
special powers. His special power is his checkbook.
answer. Yeah. Scoopy, how would you kill Batman?
I got nothing.
Oh, come on, Hillary Clinton. Do we need to like? Come on, come
I don't
on.
know. What is he? He's got a fancy car and like a
Just say
bulletproof
a
vest or
fucking
something.
gun. I'd
I'd
shoot
bring
him. It
Heath
would
Ledger
work.
back to
Yeah,
life.
there
That's
you
what
go.
I'd do.
So,
Ro put thought into
easy.
this. Hang on. All right, this will be
Yes.
long.
Easy. This might not be as long as you think. I'm just gonna take him to
Real
a beach
answer. God.
on a windy day. I'm just gonna let an umbrella fly off and clip his ass.
Just fucking impale him. Nice.
And that's my final
Well, hold on a
answer.
second. Let me ask you a question.
Talk
Hold on.
about-
Hold on. If Batman's umbrella is taken up by the wind and impales him and kills him, isn't it Alfred's fault because he's the one that put the umbrella in the ground?
Hey, good point. Good point. Way to follow the tea leaves on that one. All right.
I do have a question. Is
Yeah.
Alfred still alive in these continuous movies?
Yes.
Of course,
And
he
they
is.
always change.
Yeah, they change.
He's always alive.
But
I haven't
See,
seen a
that's-
Batman where Alfred's dead.
right, but that's just stupid.
Why? Batman's still alive.
Because Alfred, I understand, but Alfred was an old guy
Yeah.
like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
He's not still an old guy.
Batman.
He's dead
just
by now.
redo it.
Going by
They
that
just redo
knowledge,
it.
Batman's fucking 80 years old right now and still running around like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam West, and he
Yeah,
passed.
he passed
Dumb.
away. Like, hello.
That's
Here's-
dumb.
here's-
Dumb.
Now,
Why
here's
do you
the-
want to bring
here's the-
reality into a comic?
It's so stupid.
Here's the
Batman.
stupidest
No,
Batman movie.
trying to bring reality into a comic is stupid.
The old guy
It's
in the
fake.
movie, repetitive old guy, still alive.
Here's the stupidest Batman, like, ever. Like, Batman-esque thing. So, it was in the one with Heath Ledger, right? When he's trying to find the Joker. Lucius Fox, you remember his character? That's Morgan Freeman's character. He's in charge of the R&D development team for Batman. He knows who Batman is. He's one of the few people that knows him, right? So he goes under the building with Lucius Fox. He's like, how do we catch him? And that's when he says, you know, we're going to use this technology to trace cell phones and you can follow them. And I don't agree that somebody should have this power. And they're having this dialogue, right? Toast. You're Lucius Fox.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm Batman.
Yep.
You know I'm Batman. But Batman's going, we need to catch him. We need to find him. How did you get him? We gotta kill him. Like, at what point do you say,
Yeah, right.
I know
yeah,
it's you,
exactly. No, yeah,
asshole, drop
seriously.
the
Yeah,
axe.
yeah.
you don't
No.
need to grunt? You know he caught like laryngitis like 4 times. Like they had to stop production like 4 times because he legit got laryngitis from talking like that so much. Christian.
There you go. Oh,
Christian Bale.
speaking of that, man, we hope our buddy Cam gets better. I guess he put out on Twitter that he's been suffering from laryngitis. Yeah, I feel
Ooh,
better, bro.
Yeah, feel better, Cam. Yeah, after that show that I did with him too,
Yeah.
we did a. That's right. Feel better, Cam.
There you go, man.
Left
Thoughts and
side.
prayers,
Feel
dog.
better.
All right, boys. Well, I think that is good for 34. Anyone got got an idea for a name? Let me just tell you how excited I am at the prospect that I don't have to spend 5 fucking hours doing the video for this after this. I can't even tell you. Oh my God.
You know another benefit?
What?
We don't have to like, hey, just wait for it to upload, right?
Yes,
we can just get off.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, it won't go live until tomorrow but it'll be there all ready to go.
No, but what I'm saying, us,
Yeah.
we would have
Yeah.
to stop and we would have
Yes.
to make sure we saw balloons.
Right. Oh no, yeah,
I'm gonna miss the confetti.
Yeah, the confetti, the
yeah.
balloons.
Look, he was able to just leave and we didn't have to like, oh wait, hold on, hit stop and
Yeah,
upload.
it looks good,
Yeah.
and we're still streaming.
Yeah, we're
People
still
are-
there. Yeah, there's people.
Yeah,
There's still
yeah,
people
still
looking at
streaming.
it for some reason.
Oh, look at that.
People that don't have
still
nothing going on.
YouTube there.
Yeah.
Still here. Oh,
Look at this.
that.
Look at this. Look at this. It's coming along.
All through the
boys.
site,
Coming
and that's how
along.
we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
We might have a show toad on now. If you haven't heard by now, it's in its second live week, and we're talking about the OBB legend, perfectly in step, in time, in tune. Season, the Mario era is upon us. It's cranking out content. It's busy. Scoop even added an opinion editorial today. Well done, buddy. Well done. Toast has been active in there too. A lot of writers. Stephen Kim put out an actual article about. We were talking about the Sean Taylor kind of jersey, so he had an opinion piece that he aired. Jason, a lot of people are contributing right now, and as the season, it will pick up. It's $5. That's it. It's $5. Now it's free, and we post a lot of free articles. We did today, and the forums are free. And this whole experience, you could stream this live and watch through the website. It's $5. There's like additional chats. I honestly think, in comparison to what you pay for some other, publications out there, I don't think maybe you consider an alternative. Come be part of the OBB family. OBBlegend.com. It's live. Do it live. Proud of it, boys. It's great.
It is, and I'll just say that. I mean, what it is now, what it is a year from now will blow away what it is now. Like this is only going to continue to grow. Like we have plans for what content's going to be coming up and stuff that'll be happening on it. So this is just literally, it was just born. Everything you see now is going to continue to be there, but more is coming. So would love for you guys to be a part of it, pass it along. But yeah, man, good stuff. So show name?
Watch out for umbrellas.
Watchlist.
Where's the beef?
Oh, God. I'm afraid if we do Where's the Beef, we'll get sued.
Okay.
Killer Umbrellas?
Watchlist?
Watchlist. Watchlist?
I don't know. That was funny to me.
When did we say watch list?
Yeah, I don't remember saying watch list.
Told Malik he looked like he was on the watch list.
Oh, yes, you did. Because, not a lie.
Hey, you preface that with, "Hey, man, no disrespect." The next thing you're saying
total
is
insult.
extremely disrespectful.
Total insult, yes.
Like, bless her little heart.
Mhm.
Once you say that, it's carte blanche. When an old lady says, "Bless their little heart," what's about to come out of her mouth next? Whew,
I want to
she gonna
see.
get you.
I want to see Malik and Tay in a hair off.
He said he was getting his hair cut back.
He's getting it
next
cut
week.
though. Yeah,
Oh.
he's gonna cut.
Okay.
Steven.
Lots of love.
I don't know. I don't have. Watch list is it?
Yeah.
Watch list is it? Yeah. All right, we'll do watch list.
No,
That's
we don't have
fine.
something better than that.
That's it. Yeah, right. That's it.
It's a little. A lot of times it's a little bit more. Rosier, Malik's 1-0 versus FSU. I got to ask him an Eddie O question. No. That's silly.
All right, it'll be watch list. Whatever.
Okay.
All good people. All right. Well, listen, that was look at that. We got it up and running. The live stream worked on the website. Like, holy shit.
Streaming.
Not bad.
That could be the episode name too. Streaming.
There you go. Yeah. All right. As always, go Canes!
Stream the watch list. Help!
Bang.
That's another episode in the books. The Orange Bowl Boys are brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Visit edmorse.com.